Hi everyone, this is Pastor Denise Davis from Change Ministries. I'm going to talk to you about how I went from being cursed in the womb to receiving my purpose and my plans. Okay, my purpose is what Jesus spoke into every human being. Jesus spoke purpose and a plan into every human being. Okay, from the foundation of the world. Satan knows Satan knew what I had on my life. Okay, he knew I had the ministry, he knew I had an inheritance, and I had so many things on my life, but he couldn't get access to it. Okay, so he wanted access to the things that I had on my life, and so he had my mother auntie curse me. Okay, through devil worship. My auntie was an Eastern Star. Okay, she was into devil worship. So when they cursed me, he got access. He got access into the things that Jesus has spoken into my life. Okay? Now they just didn't curse me for no reason. Okay? They cursed me for what I had on my life as well. Okay? They wanted my ministry. Okay? And I'm sure Satan didn't tell them everything, but they believed Satan. Okay? They believed the demon. Okay? So they placed that curse upon my life. The curse that they placed on my life was unto death. Someone had to die. Now, I got baptized and filled with the Holy Spirit at the age of 29. Okay? But I was cursed. Because a lot of people feel if they have the Holy Spirit, okay, and they've been baptized, and that they can't be cursed. But I was cursed, you guys, until the curse was broken. Okay? So a lot of people have curses on their lives because some curses, you guys, have to come forth, like sacrifice curse. I found out I was a sacrifice. You know, whatever kind of curse was placed on your life, some curses has to come forth, have to play out. Okay? Just like the curse that was placed on my life, it had to play out. Someone had to die. Okay? It was for me to die in the womb. Okay? But I didn't die. My mother passed. And when she passed, that broke the curse. Okay? And I felt it. I felt the pulling and the yanking, you guys, at my belly button. I kept feeling this pulling and the yanking. And I felt the release. Okay? When the release came, it felt like I was broken in a million pieces. And I couldn't put myself back together. So the Holy Spirit told me to go lay down. So I went and lay down. When I woke up 2 hours later, I got a text saying she had passed. Okay? So after that, the Holy Spirit began to tell me just how bad the curse was that they placed on my life was. He said it was the most grievous curse that could be placed on a person's life. Okay? So, like I said, I didn't find out about the curse until I was 50 years old. Now, you gotta understand, in the house that I was living in, okay, I had a full-time job. I had built up a candle business, and I was building up my craft channel, but not really doing too many videos because I was just getting into it. Because when I found out about the curse, you guys, I went through it, you know. And the Holy Spirit, after a year and a half, told me to start crafting. Crafting brought me out of the dark places. So, mind you, when the curse was broken, I started hearing different things that I was hearing before. Now, the Holy Spirit was always telling me about blessings, you guys. I never received a blessing from God because, you know, everything that Jesus gives us is spiritual. It's spiritual, you guys. And he gives you plans, you know, so you can be a blessing out here, not only to the kingdom, but also to yourself. Okay? I never received anything, you guys, in all those years. And I was baptized and filled with the Holy Spirit, you guys. It's been now 30 years. And now I'm receiving the things of God, okay? So, the house that I was living in, like I said, I had a full-time job. I had built up Niche Sensation and started doing the craft channel because that's what I started hearing. Oh, I forgot that. I got this video going on. So, that's what I started hearing. So, now, you guys, I'm actually hearing the voice of the Lord, but not only hearing, but being able to move on the things that he is telling me or what I'm hearing. Okay? Before I was just hearing, but I couldn't attach or move on anything that was being said to me. Now the curse have been broken and I'm hearing the voice of the Lord, and now I'm attaching to those things that is being spoken. Okay? And so when he told me to craft, that's what I started doing. So, and I started building on it. And next thing you know, Niecy Sensations. I cannot tell you how that business built, but I just started building, and so 2020, I kept hearing the voice of the Lord saying, this is your last year working. This is your last year working. So my thinking is that Jesus is about to bless my business because that's the only income I had besides the job, right? So February 20th, 2021 comes, and I'm riding home from work, and my truck broke down. Okay, so I called my son. He come and pick me up. Okay, we couldn't get that truck started because something with the drive shaft or something broke up under the truck, and when I turned on the ignition, it's the loud banging. Something was turning, but it was just banging. So he took me home. I had my neighbor tow the truck back to the house because he had a tow truck. Okay, and my son's like, well, Mama, don't worry about how you're gonna get to work. I'm gonna take you. So I didn't worry about how I was gonna get to work because that's what we worry about. I have to get to work. Okay, so he left. 2 hours later, before I laid down, I was like, let me text Ray Ray. Okay, and I text Ray Ray, and I'm like, Ray Ray, don't forget about me. Okay, but I never heard back from him. 2 hours later, maybe 2 hours later, I got a call from my daughter saying Ray Ray was in a bad car accident. And he's unresponsive. And so they took him, because they thought he was dead. So they took him to the hospital. So she said she's on her way. So she's like, I'll come and get you. So we go to the hospital. We couldn't see him because that was the end of COVID. Okay, so they say he had 2 brain bleeds and he was unresponsive. Okay? So it's like everything was just falling apart all at once, So my daughter like, well, I'll bring my vehicle to you so you can get to work. So she brought me her vehicle. I went to work. So when I got to work, the Holy Spirit was like, you have 2 more vacation days. Put in for your last 2 vacation days. Don't worry about Ray Ray. He's going to walk out that hospital. Stop hearing what you're hearing. You're not hearing the truth. This is what the Holy Spirit told me, right? So I go home. Okay, it's time for me to go back to work. 2 days later, the Holy Spirit said, like, you're not going back to work. And after 3 weeks, Ray Ray did walk out that hospital, okay? So I'm like, okay, then the Lord is about to bless, my business and whatever else, okay? That wasn't the plan, you guys. That wasn't God's plan, okay? Because of the curse. And the curse broke in that house. You got to understand, I was cursed in the womb. So everything that I built on was cursed. Okay? Everything that was attached to that life was cursed. Okay? So Jesus put me in isolation, total isolation, and deliverance to destroy that life. I lost everything. I had to lose that job. I lost everything. I lost the business. Couldn't build on anything. Plus, I didn't have a job. Okay, I didn't have no income. What I thought was Jesus' plan was not his plan. His plan was first to destroy that whole life. Okay, and then you receive the things of God and start building on a new life. But first, I have to totally destroy that life. So that's what happened. I lost everything. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what took place during my deliverance and isolation in parts because it was so much. Okay, so I'm gonna end it right there, and I'm gonna be back, and I'm talking about the first encounter that I had once I was put in total isolation and deliverance. Okay, so that's it for right now. Be blessed. Be safe. Peace.